Welcome to a special report from the Don Smith Show. It is my pleasure to have with me right now renowned filmmaker, documentary filmmaker, and the founder of AmericaWorking.org, Bert Kiefer. Bert, great to see you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
We're here to talk about one of the great videos out there, and I think it's one of the most informative videos that I've ever watched. The facts in there, it's a very educational film, but it really shows what's going on our border. What's really going on? What does the media not tell you? What do politicians not tell you? Let's talk about this a little bit, Bert, because we're going to watch a clip right now from your video. This is 1994. This is Senator Dianne Feinstein. Let's listen to what she has to say about the problem of illegal immigration in this country.
I think we can enforce our borders. I think we should enforce our borders. To have a situation where 40% of the babies born on Medicaid in California today are born of illegal immigrants creates a very real problem for the state, which is in deficit.
Look, of course you can enforce the borders.
Let me finish.
I agree.
To have 17% of our prison population at a cost of $300 million a year be illegal immigrants who come here and commit felonies.
So Bert, in the video, we just heard Senator Dianne Feinstein talk about the drain on our economy and the American people, the problem of illegal immigration. What has changed since 1994 to now where we're told as the American citizens that it helps our economy? What has changed between 1994 and now?
By the status of and all the info that we have, the only thing that changes is the politicians and the words that they speak. To get elected, they are for secure borders, and once they get elected, then it's about open borders and how that helps our economy, how they pay taxes, they use stolen Social Security numbers and it's okay. They're actually in our workforce, our educational system, and it's all about open borders.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. Well, let's get into this a little bit more, because I think one of the issues that many Americans have right now, when they look at this problem, they wonder, what do we do? So there's a lot of talk about comprehensive immigration reform, which personally for me, I think is something saying we're not really going to do anything. But let's talk about some of the promises that have made. And I want to go back to your video right now and show a little clip here of some of the promises the American people were made. And let's find out if they've really followed through on these.
According to a report from the Congressional Research Service, the primary piece of legislation mandating a fence along the U.S.-Mexico border is Section 102B of the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigration Responsibility Act of 1996. This law required the federal government to construct a minimum of 700 miles of reinforced fencing along the southern border. In 2006, Congress amended the Illegal Immigration Reform and Immigrant Responsibility Act of 1996 with the Secure Fence Act, which specified that the fence must consist of at least 2 layers, which means secondary fencing. A third revision came in 2008 with the Consolidated Appropriations Act, which removed the 2-layer fence mandate, which was stipulated in the Secure Fence Act. Goodbye to 700 miles of secondary secured fencing.
So Bert, our viewers just watched a portion of this video that shows what happens when politicians talk about things like comprehensive immigration reform. So a comprehensive act was passed, but talk a little bit about the iterations that took place and where we ended up with this.
Yeah, they voted in 96 over 700 miles of fencing. They actually updated that in 2006 to specify it had to be secondary. So that means 2 rows of fencing, which is the only fencing we have on the border that actually works. Then in 2008, they voted it out and took it completely out. So all the secondary fencing was eliminated. So after they campaigned to do things for the border, add fencing, secondary fencing, then after they win, they voted out. So now we have nothing. We're back to the same fencing we had before.
So it almost sounds like you're saying this is just more of a political process than it is really worried about securing our borders.
They have no concern. Their concern is they want our open borders. What they want to do is to make an effort to show us that they are completely securing the border, make us believe that they're fighting for it, and they're fighting for the American people. And then after they win, it goes back to the same thing. Open borders and let the floodgates open.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, and I think a lot of the American people right now are watching what's going on in Washington, D.C., especially we have a different kind of president. I think most people would agree that President Trump is a different kind of president. We'll leave it at that. But here he's trying to get something done. And the same people who have promised us comprehensive immigration reform, that they really are concerned. We heard the Dianne Feinstein clip. These are the people now fighting a president who actually seems to want to get things done. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, for the first time in our lifetime, we have a president that truly loves our country. He's a nationalist, and he truly loves we the people. And he's making the effort and the promise to secure our homeland that should have been done 8 administrations ago. So in the last 55 years, we've had 10 presidential administrations, 5 were Republicans, 5 were Democrats, and nothing has been done. So it's not a Republican thing, it's not a Democrat thing, it's a one-party thing, open borders. So they're all fighting against a president that wants to do what is best for our country, our national security, close down the borders, the influx of drugs and contraband coming through our southern border, which is 85% of all the drugs that come through our southern border is through NAFTA. And then they want to fight this guy that he unpatriotic, that he's destroying our country, that they want to impeach him. And this guy stands tall, proud, unwavered, and is taking on the whole deep state part of the politics and is doing what's right for our country. And we need to stand and fight with them like never before.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of, for some reason, maybe this is that open borders crowd that would argue that there's not an issue, that we have plenty of fencing. In fact, let's play a clip of Hillary Clinton and what she had to say about our borders today.
Okay.
We have the most secure border we've ever had.
So there we just saw a clip from the 2016 campaign, not that long ago, and it was Hillary Clinton. And Bert, what did you think about what she had to say, and how secure are those borders?
Yeah, in 2016, she was campaigning that we have the most secure borders we've ever had. And that's really odd because from 2000 to 2016, the Border Patrol was ordered to stay out of high traffic areas from the Bush administration and the Obama administration. And right now, 64% of our border has no fence whatsoever. And the real question is, the other 36%, what do we truly have? And basically, when you see this video, it's nothing but junkyard debris.
Yeah, and I think as you watch the video, and you watch it yourself, which you can find it at americaworking.org, as you watch the video for yourself, you really get a real idea of what we do have at our border. Obviously, that comment in 2016 really doesn't pan out when compared to what you see with your own eyes with the video. So it's almost who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes, is kind of what I got out of that. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's the problem, is they control the media and we actually are being seen, and the truth is not being told. And as we'll see in this video, Brandon Judd comes clean with it, him and Sheriff Babu, and explain that they were ordered out of these high traffic areas, and there's over 14 of them, and they were ordered to stay out of these completely. So we'll see the influx of illegals coming over is completely opposite of what Hillary Clinton stated.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, it's really interesting coming into now, obviously, the 2020 election cycle. Big field on the left, and a lot of varying positions, but seems to be mostly leaning towards open borders. So what would you like to see come out of this election cycle? Maybe a better way to inform the people of America what's going on at our borders.
Yeah, the main reason of making this video was to educate the American people of what the truth truly is, and don't listen to the media, and don't listen to the politicians, and look at the numbers that are truly in this video to completely understand why our president's saying this is a national crisis, and that we got to put this border wall up, we got to secure our border. And that's the reason he's fighting so hard for it, because he knows what the truth is, and he sees what the truth is, and we have to understand that so we can get in this fight with him on a better level of being educated and understanding what we need to do to help him in succeeding for this country.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I can't urge you enough to go watch this video, go to americaworking.org. Check this video out today. Bert, just amazing work. I know a lot of effort went into this and a lot of research. And I think that's something we don't get a lot from video content maybe that's out there today. So americaworking.org. It's been a pleasure to be here with Bert Kiefer. Bert,
Thank
great
you.
job.
Thank
Great
you.
job.
Thank you.